Are you located to the east of the prime meridian?
No.
No.
No,
I say
no,
yes.
we are not.
Same thing. Our first question?
Yeah. Sure. Are you guys east of the prime meridian?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Are you located to the west of the prime meridian?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you north of the equator?
Yes.
Yes.
Sir, are you located to the south of equator?
No.
We're gonna start guessing regions. You wanna ask?
Are you guys in Southwest Asia?
Yes.
Are you located to the north of equator?
Yes.
Yes.
Are we shooting for a place?
Are you located in India?
Yes.
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 Are
Fantastic.
you located south of the Tropic of Cancer?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Srinivas, over to you.
Like a map of India.
Are you from the USA?
Yes.
Yes, well done.
Yes, sir. Are you from northern part of the USA?
No.
Tell them to go away.
Sorry, what was that?
Can you repeat that question?
Are you from northern part of the USA?
No.
Yeah, I would say.
No.
No, we are not.
I don't know where to go. Do you want to do east half or west half of India?
Sure.
Right?
Would you say you're located in the west part of southern India?
Eastern part.
East. Okay, thank you.
Are you from central part of the USA?
Southern. Did you ask southern?
Oh, central.
Oh, central. Yes.
Yes.
Are you from Colorado?
No.
No. Thank you.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's good. Are you located coastal, like on the coastal edge of India?
Yes. Coastal part.
Yes.
Quite close to coastal part. Yes. Half of my students, I would like to ask, are you from Kansas?
No.
No. Yeah.
Close though. It's close.
We're asking about Chennai.
Are you located on or within an hour of Chennai? If I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'm sorry.
Yes. We are one of the states sharing border with Chennai. Are you from Missouri?
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you. Now it's your turn.
I'm gonna ask another one. We'll see if we can find.
What was that? What?
Are we looking for a city?
Mhm.
Or doing the states?
Yeah, you could do state too.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not really.
You got the shovel.
Are you guys in the Andhra Pradesh province?
Yes.
Yes.
Well done.
Hey.
Fantastic job. Well done.
Excellent. Are your students all at their homes right now?
Yes. It is almost 8 o'clock here, 8
Okay.
p.m. 8 p.m. So here is the state. This is India. This part of India is Andhra Pradesh. We are close to the Bay of Bengal, and we live here in the central part.
Okay.
Okay.
And here is our authentic cuisine. And have you ever tasted the Indian spicy food?
Yes.
Yes. How did you like it? Do you like it?
Yes.
So here is an auto, a three-wheeled vehicle, which is the cheapest mode of transportation in India. Wherever you go in India, you can use this vehicle. It is the cheapest mode of transportation. After this, I think bus is widely used. And here is the iconic structure of India. It's a proud structure of India, Taj Mahal. Have you ever been to Taj Mahal?
No.
And this is the typical morning breakfast of India.
Are those eggs?
Yes.
Are those
So,
are those eggs on the where it says idli?
yes, this is idli, this is dosa. And this is made with rice. Is almost every food in India that is consumed by the people of India is based on rice-based items, mostly carbo. Yes, lot of carbohydrates. And now
Thank you for
yeah, thank you for listening to me. And we have a few questions from our side. And if you don't mind, we would like to ask a few questions. So students, please raise your hands if you have questions, please. Yes, Jagadish, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hello everyone, my name is Jagdish. I am studying 8th grade Z.P.H.S School Ilavaram. What electives do you learn? Which is your favorite?
this class. This class is AP, so college. It's a college human geography class, and we learn the study of movement of people. And it's, I'd say, most of our favorite classes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Any more questions, students?
What is that?
Dikshit, over to you.
Yes, sir. What is a day like in your school?
Oh, a day like? We have 7 classes in a day. We have hours broken up into those 7 classes. We have 5-minute passing periods to spend in the hallways getting from class to class. In the middle of the day, we have lunch. And if you're a senior who's graduating this year, you have the privilege to leave the campus and go off and buy something. We spend a lot of our time one-on-one with our teachers. And towards the end of the year, we kind of get to doing a lot of nothing because it's wrapping up on finals and stuff.
Okay, thank you.
And most of our students drive cars to school.
Yes.
Mhm. So
Yes,
I would like to ask you a question. So do you guys do the part-time job after school hours?
Yeah. Oh, I think everyone in this room has at least one job. Some of us have 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's great. But as per Indian tradition, we don't have the system of working outside the school hours. Most of the parents, they don't like to send their children to work as a part-time because it's not our culture, in fact. But I support that because independence, financial independence is very important, whether it is a girl or a boy. Unfortunately, it's not our culture. Okay.
What's a day like? What's like your school like in a day?
Yes. So I would like to ask one of my students.
Our school starts at 9 a.m. with our morning assembly. We have 1 lunch break and 2 breaks, and our school ends with 4 p.m.
Ends at 4 p.m. Okay. And how many lessons do you learn in a day?
7.
7.
7 lessons.
Yes. So which is your
Our
favorite?
subject.
Which is your favorite?
My favorite subjects are English, science, social.
Okay. Yes. Who is going to ask? Mamata?
Ours.
Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. My name is Mamata. I am a sixth grader. Here, my question is: what are your free time activities?
I like to read. I like reading.
I like to paint. I like to play with my goats.
I'm an ice skater.
Okay. Now you can ask from your side.
What do you like to do other than Skype other places?
TV and I read books and I check phone
Yes.
and I play games.
Okay. Sayan Agasti, would you like to share your free time activities?
Yes, sir. Reading books, playing games, and watching TV.
So what is weather like in United States of America? I mean, especially your region, Missouri. It is
Right
very hot.
Can I answer? Yeah. Okay. Our weather changes a lot, and in like December, it will be freezing cold. And then right now it's super hot. It's like 80 degrees, super hot to us.
Super
So
hot.
it's all 4 seasons. We get all of them.
And here in India, at right now, it is almost 45 degrees. That means it's quite miserable here. And without air conditioner, you can see the lot of sweat on our faces. You can see my students, most of my students, you can see the sweat. And humidity levels, high humidity levels, and a lot of weather, I mean, very hot during the daytime. It's extremely hot here. It's absolutely no way to imagine if you visit this part of India, especially this part of this time around in the year. It's going to be a testing time for you to experience weather conditions.
Does your school have air conditioning?
No,
Mm.
we are so used to these heat conditions.
So do you guys play any sports indoor or outdoor with the heat?
Yes, Husniya, could you please share the sports that you play outside? Husniya, respond, please.
Yes, sir.
What kind of sports? Yeah.
Volleyball,
What?
volleyball,
Mm.
rugby,
Mm.
chess.
Mm. So which is your favorite?
Volleyball.
Volleyball. Okay.
Volleyball. We actually just got our first men's volleyball team this year. So we have both now, men's and women's.
Oh, great. So Husniya, I think you have one question from your side.
Yes,
Would you like
sir.
to ask? Yes, please.
Do you often take exams?
What was that?
Can you repeat that?
Do you often take exams?
Take exams?
You
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pretty frequently. A test in a standard class probably occurs once a month or something along those lines.
Twice a month. One test a week, typically.
Yeah, those are college classes though.
Mhm.
But and then finals we have at the end of a semester. So 2 times a year are big, large tests.
In this regard, I have a question. If a student doesn't perform well in the exam, and so what happens to him? Will he be promoted to the next class, or will he be demoted? I mean, he has to take the examination again.
Yes, depending on circumstances, it's very changing, very specific. But in some cases, yes, we have students retake grades or classes in specific rather than the entire grade itself. So English or science, you'll retake that class the next year. Yeah, it's not very common, just a very small percentage of the population, school population.
Okay. So what do you want to be when you grow up? Most of the Indians, they like to fancy their chances as a software engineer. They would like to move to either United States of America or Australia or developed countries where they want to try their lucks. But how about you? What do you want to be when you grow up?
Business.
I'm going in environmental science.
I want to be a psychologist, which is just like therapy and stuff.
Great.
I want to be a business owner, like business management.
Mm-hmm.
I want to study international affairs. I want to go into real estate.
So what I heard that after the attaining the age of 15 to 18 years, most of the Americans, they're free from their families and they move from their houses. They lead their individual life. So would like to do, how many of you would like to do the tradition that is carrying in your country? But in India, until one can attain the age of 30 and he stays with the family, and until he gets married only he leaves the home, whether it is a male or female. So is this do you think that this system that prevailing in your country is good enough to maintain the human relations, the family relationships and the bondage of family?
I would say that like people moving out when they're 18 is more of a like a kind of an upper class like concept, because a lot of people who it kind of fluctuates with like the economy. So like right now, a lot of people do live with their parents like later in life until like between 25 and 30, just because of like the economy and like housing prices and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It can also, for some people, it can like be helpful to move out that early and like help the connection they have with their parents.
Yes.
I think it just depends. Like, I know I won't be moving out immediately, and that's because of financial things. And I think a lot of other kids are in that boat, at least those first couple of years, like 18 to like 22. I think a lot of us, if you have the distance, you can travel to college rather than live there on campus to your secondary education. If we need to get out at the age of 18, then we can.
Do your students take like skills classes, like technical classes or cooking classes or anything like that?
Unfortunately, we don't have those classes. So that's why, that's the reason most of the men, in fact, they grew up and they reach to the age of 30 and even 25 without even learning these basic skills. But the women at home, I think the mother trains them in cookery. But as per Indian tradition, I think the men are not supposed to cook. The only woman supposed to cook. That's how the tradition is all about. And so this is where the men are in trouble when it comes to, if they move to some other countries and they have to cook their own food, and they don't know, they have to depend on somebody.
Yeah.
My this is Mrs. West. My husband is a better cook than I am.
Yeah, it's seen as like almost like an attractive trait. Like if a man can cook, it's like something you want. Like you go and seek that.
And also like there's like that varies wherever you are like within the United States. So if you're in like a more like traditional part, then you're gonna see less like the less amount of people of men who know how to cook.
Which I would say relatively is like a southern versus northern kind of. Like the southern, you'll see similar to yours, where it's a little more of the traditional men and women have their like roles, whereas the northern is a little more like progressive, you could say, with and coastal as well.
Yeah.
Do your students go to school all year round, or do they have summers off? We have summers with no school here.
So right now, at present, we are on summer break, and summer break starts at last week. So the summer break continues until the June 12th. So June 12th, the school gets reopened. So only 45 days summer break here. That's the biggest summer break in our school system.
Gotcha.
Do most of your students, do they speak English at home?
I don't think so. So students, do you speak in English with your parents?
No.
No.
What do you speak? What do you speak with your parents? In what language do you speak?
Telugu language.
Telugu language.
Okay. How many of you know more than 2 languages? Farina, I think you speak more than, yes, Farina is one of the girls, and Husna is one of the girls. She speaks 3 languages.
Wow.
Yes.
And so is English.
So sensing that even our regional governments also they have introduced the English medium as a medium of instruction. So all these kids, they learn their subjects only in English medium except of regional language. Yeah.
So when you're out in public, like out in the streets, shopping or just walking around in your cities, are any signs or anything on buildings in English?
Yes.
Like, do you?
Almost every signboard you can see the English words, English letters. So the regional language is not widely used, but the medium of instruction on all education issues, English is the primary thing. Yeah.
What is your most used regional language?
So students, what do you speak mainly at home? Yes, the Telugu. Telugu is our regional language. Telugu is the regional language. In India, surprisingly, we have more than 200 regional languages. In my state, we speak Telugu, and in some other state, so neighboring state, they speak some other language. So if you're an Indian, unless I am good at English, I can't communicate even with my fellow Indian.
Interesting.
So
Wow.
yes, so that's why English is quite essential here in India to survive. English is the survival language here.
I see. Interesting.